Meow, meow, meow. Merry Catmas. I'm Santa. Just kidding. I'm Lewis. Your host for this week's Catmas News. Medibank Pet Insurance has announced the most popular cat names of 2015. They are Bella, Oscar, Turkey Bacon, Molly, Charlie, Coco, Mia, Max, Tiger, and Jasper. But no Lewis. Recently in Sydney, a cat cafe held its first Cats on Mats event, where humans could do yoga amongst their feline friends. There were many stretches and cat-like poses, but no downward doggy style. Jake Perry, the owner of the oldest cat in the world, thinks he has unlocked the secret to cats living longer lives. His tips include feeding your cat eggies, turkey bacon, coffee, broccoli, creamy cream, nature documentary films, love, and attention. Hopefully these tips will work on humans too. My dad already eats broccoli. Wow, what breaking news! Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this week's Cat of the Week. It's Minchin! Minchin is an adopted cat from a lady called Ingrid. Minchin loves purring, pats, and laser pointers. He also has his own Facebook page. I give Minchin 5 stars. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. And because you've been nice this year, please enjoy this present I made for you. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D do D da do do dee do dee do dee do dee do 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 dee do dee do dee do dee 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 do do dee do dee do dee do dee 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 do 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 dee do 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 dee. Hit it! Subscribe, follow, tweet and like. Subscribe, follow, tweet and like. Subscribe.